Competition finds a home in small-town communities where families rally together to support the work and determination of young athletes. As a family-owned business with a focus on our communities, Central Bank is proud to support high school athletics. Good luck to tonight's competitors. Have fun, play hard, and make something great happen. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Cars Auto in Hawarden, Iowa. Not only do they have the keys to the game, they have the keys to your next car. From used cars to a complete line of service repair to oil changes. Visit Jeff and the gang at Cars Auto today.
Josh and Emily are visiting Emily's parents this weekend, where Josh will propose. He's nervous, but not about the ring. Well done, Josh. Well done. Chase is proposing to Ashley at the resort where they first met. Ashley was vacationing with friends, but Chase ended up being her best friend of all, plus some. Every diamond tells a story, but there's no story like yours. And there's no diamond like a Greenberg's diamond. Greenberg's Jewelers, a cut above the rest.
KCAU and Metro Sports TV have teamed up to give you the most complete sports coverage in Siouxland. Watch live full broadcasts of local high school sports on SiouxlandProud.com. Just click Live Sporting Events under the Sports tab. KCAU 9 and Metro Sports TV. We're Siouxland proud.
Score big and score often when you bank with Rivers Edge Bank. With their current technology, you can deposit your check anytime with your phone or through their drive-up ATM. They can help you open an account, sign up for bill pay, mobile banking, or advise you of their current equipment loan rates. Check out Rivers Edge on their website, riversedge.bank, an equal housing lender, member FDIC. Rivers Edge Bank, a proud West Sioux Falcon supporter on Metro Sports Television, and owners of the Rivers Edge Red Zone.
Fortress Supply has been a local family-owned ag, chemical, and seed supplier for over 54 years, offering pre- and post-application chemicals, pesticides, insecticides, fungicides, and herbicides. Fortress Supply also provides contract spraying options by land or by air. Contact Fortress Supply at 800-522-4731, at 800-522-4731, and they're now accepting Corteva cash. Visit them on Cherry Avenue in rural Hawarden or online at fortressagsupply.com. Fortress Supply, where they are outstanding in the field.
There is no place like home, and if you are in the market for a new home, farm, or commercial property, you need to connect with Century 21 ProLink Realtors, Doug and Dusty Holton. Residential, commercial, and farmland. They do it all. Give them a call, 712-389-6862 or 712-251-5188. Truly changing how real estate is done. Doug and Dusty Holton, Century 21 ProLink. With over 40 years of experience, they will make it happen. Welcome to Metro Sports TV. Metro Sports TV is proud to present exclusive televised broadcasts of high school sports all year long. Live streaming on metrosports.tv, KCAU TV, SiouxlandProud.com. And tonight's game exclusively presented on high-tech local digital television stations in Hawarden, Iowa. Thanks to the great Ron Pothero. For the best in live televised high school sports, watch Metro Sports TV. Good evening, everyone. This is Rob Maynard, and again, this is the Central Bank pregame show. And quite the rendition of the national anthem being presented by Concierge Band there. Steve, I've never heard that one before, but a great rendition to listen to nonetheless. Homecoming here in Hawarden at Eneboe Field, and welcome to none other than Steve Marino, a fellow alum from West Sioux, coming back for homecoming, but once again, we were here 2 weeks ago for homecoming for you, too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is it's going to be a great evening of football here. Always like coming back for homecoming, back to my hometown. I remember a lot of good homecomings while I was going to school here. It's great to be back for another one here in Hawarden.
Of course, the tradition of ringing the bell after victory, and of course, a number of times in the last 10 years, they've ringed the bell on homecoming a number of times. But this year, they face Valley-Anthon, Oak-Ute, and mouthful for us to say throughout the night. But the Rams come in and 3-1 record, and West Sioux at 2-2. Last week, the Falcons bounced back after a devastating loss on their last home game versus Central Lyon, and we were right here. And not only did they lose the game, but they lost quarterback Blake Wiggins, the starter for 3 seasons now, and he's out for the year. And in steps the young Gavin Garrettson, sophomore, did a fine job against Lawton Bronson.
Yeah, you really like to see that if you're the fan of the West Sioux Falcons. And unfortunate news for the young Wiggins, but Garrettson stepping up, taking his place, and played really well last week. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get some of the stats on him from Bound, but had a really good game, led the Falcons to a win in his first ever start as a West Sioux Falcon. You got to imagine he's wanting to keep that rolling here tonight and keep this maybe a little bit of a winning streak started as the Falcons look into the future, and hopefully with Garrettson at the helm.
Yeah, looking at what they did last week, and Garrettson finding himself in the starting role for the first time on varsity, had a solid impact on the game. Near 200 yards of offense, total offense, over 150 throwing, 50 on the ground himself, going 11 or 18 through the air with a couple touchdowns, scoring a touchdown on the ground. 27-9 victory over Lawton Bronson. For the young sophomore to get his first start and make it a win was an impactful thing for West Sioux to regroup after all the devastating injuries they had. I think they ended up with 5 players go down against Central Lyon, and that found them a little bit on the backside, and a rebound win like that was huge. You look at these stats. Went through some stats myself today. Steve's got this great graphic up here. Passing yards near the same, but that rushing, look at that rushing total. Maple Valley-Anthon, Oak-Ute, about 450 yards more than the Falcons, but the touchdowns about the same.
Yeah, that tells me one thing. It tells me that the Rams are able to move the ball, but they maybe struggle a little bit on the scoring side. That means that West Sioux can play a lot of bend but don't break defense here. Just kind of be patient. They're going to have their opportunities to get stops, and West Sioux plays really sound defense normally, so this could be a really good test for the Rams and a good test for West Sioux to come in and say, just be patient. These guys are going to get their yards, but we just got to stop them when it counts, stop them from scoring the ball, and then take our advantages where we can.
Well, I think a lot of that has to do with, you look at your last part of that graphic there is turnovers. They have 7 interceptions, so they probably moved the ball down the field. I did watch a little bit of their games on their streamcast. They went down the field a lot and threw interceptions, and that came back to bite them. I think that's probably what happened, and a lot of those yardage got piled up there. This year's king here at West Sioux, Colton Chopper Koopmans, was Garrettson's favorite target last week, pulling in 75 yards. On the ground, along with Garrettson, it was Braylon Lopez and the freshman, number 16, Kendrick Van Beek. Van Beek will be a huge part of the game after the loss to Wiggins, especially. He's going to have to step up. He stepped up in the starting role. From my understanding, he'll be on the field to start on the offensive side tonight. And I talked to Grant Van Beek, his father, and he said he is ready. So, the kid's ready to go, and he showed it against Lawton Bronson. Big freshman stepping in a big role like that, and away he goes.
Yeah, that's something you don't really think about too much when you're looking at some of these Iowa high school sports, especially when we get to some of these smaller classes. One player goes down, it's more of a domino effect than you would expect, because Garrettson started this season out at the wide receiver position, had to move into quarterback, and you realize, okay, well, now we got to move one of those guys who was further down on the depth chart for wide receivers back up and put him in a starting position, and the young freshman there willing to step up. We got a few different players here we might want to look at tonight. But Van Beek, really good job last week. Let's see him keep rolling and show us a little bit of that future Falcon power.
And the other thing that goes unmentioned, especially in 1A football, is the kicking game. The field goal kicker for West Sioux, number 22, Jonathan Flores Topete, banged in 2 field goals beyond 30 yards, both of them beyond 30 yards, the longest to 41. And talking to Kazi, our PA announcer here at the field at Eneboe Field, he said that would have gone for probably 60.
I would say I'm surprised, but if you look back at the history of kicking here at West Sioux, I swear every team that comes in here, they see our kickers and they got to go, my God, is this going to stop? At some point, they just keep refilling kickers after kicker after kicker. I swear it's been about 20 years or so that we've had good kickers here at West Sioux, and clearly that's going to continue.
Yeah, and that's something you really like to see at this 1A level is a kicking game, and not just the field goal kicking, but they're able to kick the ball into the end zone, most commonly on the kickoff, and that's been a very integral part of the competition when you're playing West Sioux, is they have that advantage. And as far as the defense, the Falcons, I think it's going to be, and this is my own opinion, I think the line's going to be a big, big part of the game tonight. Keep an eye on number 55, Eli Copeman's, number 74, Colton Ford, number 52, Austin Van Engelhoven there in the 3-5. I think was what the Falcons will run most of the game, and they will be a huge, huge part. The Rams are led by quarterback Caden Schmidt, thrown for 325 yards and 2 touchdowns on the year. The ground gainer is number 9, Luther Cameron, 6 foot, 180-pound senior, racked up 571 yards. For the first 4 games of the season, the team has combined for 852, as we talked about, 450 more than the Falcons. Through the air, leading receiver is Titus Morley. Morley, number 2 on the roster, 5'9", 160-pound running back who runs with a low center of gravity, keeps his pad level real low. Tough kid to bring down. Look out for him. He has 3 touchdowns and 118 yards through the air. He likes to catch the ball and run a lot. He's also the leading tackler on the field. Rams with 26 on the season. Morley will be a huge X factor here at West Sioux. Man, they're getting ready to go. I'm not even going to get time to get into our keys to the game, our Cars Auto keys to the game. We'll have those in the starting lineup, so I'm going to run those down real quick. For the Falcons on offense, Colton Copeman's number 1. Number 2, Dylan Cervantes. Number 3, Eli Mora. Number 5, Gavin Garrettson. Number 7, Braylon Lopez. Number 16, Kendrick Van Beek. Number 50, snapping the ball, the big fella, Kellen Utek. Number 52, Austin Van Engelhoven. 54, Oliver Holton. And number 55, Eli Copeman's. Number 74, Colton Ford. So back and ready to roll as this baby gets underway. As Topete puts it in the air. Back receiving it, number 17, Jake Scott, the freshman for Mvaocou. So let's start.
I'm going with the old school, just Maple Valley-Anthon. It's a little bit.
I'm going to try and rattle the rest of the letters off as I can, but it's a lot of letters. It's kind of OAB, whatever they are down that way.
Yeah. There's a lot of small communities come together to create these schools.
As the rural communities become smaller. So, at quarterback, Caden Schmidt. And the plunge up the middle gets stuffed by the big boys up front, and right away, I see Ford and Mora in on the action.
Got to imagine that the Rams here are going to test this defense. They got the size advantage. Looking across the Rams' offensive line, you can see numbers like 300, 255, 290. They've got the size on the offensive line. They're going to be able to get some good pushes and some protection for their quarterback. It's going to be on West Sioux's athleticism to be able to move around him.
As you see Van Engelhoven get in there and put some heat on the quarterback as he let it go across the middle of the crossing route, and the receiver ran into the defender from the Falcons. And it dropped to the turf, so that'll bring up 3rd and 10. 3 wide to the left. Rolling To his left. Up and out of bounds. No way they're going to catch that one. It'll be 4th down. The Falcons hold on the first series. 4th and 10 coming up. Punt for sure for the Rams.
Great patience there from Wessu. Really smart decision by the quarterback for the Rams, Caden Schmidt, just to roll out. Saw nothing. He was running out of real estate. Just decided to take his lumps and throw it out of bounds and live to see another day.
Titus Morley back to boot. Copeman's on the right, ready to return it. As well as Garrettson, I believe. No, that's number 11. Jaden Kotz. Up the middle.
Titus Morley does a lot for this Rams team. He's the leader in receptions. He's the leader in tackles, and he's their punter. You're going to see that name and number called a lot today.
So inside the 50, just about midfield, the Falcons will have their first series. This is a big game for the Falcons, and it'll another win in the district as that starts this. I think this early in the season, but it's very, very important to win these district games now. Coltman goes in motion. Garrettson over to him on the outside across the 50. Drags a man all the way to the 44. Adriel Redenius makes the stop. But not until he picks up 7. It'll be 2nd and 3 for the Falcons.
Coltman's the homecoming king, keeping his legs moving, gained about another 2 or 3 yards, but he was carrying all of 6 foot, 190 pounds, Redenius, the whole way.
This is Kendrick Van Beek, 1st down and more. He crosses the 1st down. He gets out of bounds. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. The Falcons on the move.
You can see what Coach Sweesaw likes about him. He's got speed around the outside. This Westview team, that's where they're going to have the advantage offensively, is speed. The Rams have great size like they do on their offensive line, but they're a little bit lighter on the defensive side. We got players here looking at 140, 150, and they're a little bit slower than this athletic Westview team. If they can set the edges and get around the outside, they're going to pick up some great yardage.
Garrettson looking from the call in. Lopez on the outside to the right, in motion. Goes Van Beek. Garrettson keeps it himself, sniffed out and stuffed by the swallow-up defense, led by number 23, Jeremiah Van, I do believe it is pronounced. Loss of 2 now, 2nd and 12.
Yep, one that Garrettson probably should have let go. But he didn't see Vaughn coming in on the backside there. He did a great job staying home and doing exactly what his job here is. What his job is on that play, which is to protect the backside of the defense.
So alone in the backfield. Now in motion goes Van Beek. Quick pass to the outside. Copeman, they try the pitch back and it's fumbled. Recovered by Mvaocou. And I'm going to have to write that down so I can say it properly. Or I don't want to just keep saying Maple Valley-Anthon Odo like it used to be. Charter Oak-Ute will get mad.
Mvaocou. And sometimes why. That's that hook and ladder play that Westview. They ran a couple times with some great success against Central Lyon. The pitch out just was a little bit off there, and then the Rams had it snuffed out.
Well, on that, I think Copeman's had the ball, and he was getting swallowed up the minute he caught the ball, and he tried to pitch it while he had a man on him, and it just went a little bit awry and didn't get. I didn't see. I think that was maybe Lopez that was coming around the end.
Lopez, they've been running it a lot with Van Engelhoven coming off the offensive line as well.
First flag, as we see, encroachment on the defense. Lining up offsides, more or less.
Encroachment, defense number 74, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
So give him 5, that'll be 2nd and 5. A snap and a quick out to the left. Catching it. Just in for the first down. It does look like it's a first down on a nice grab there by catcher Hoskins. How can he miss? The freshman, 5'10", 200-pounder. On a quick out, good play and a good throw by Caden Schmidt. Now a run up the middle. Keeping low, getting a good gain. Cameron gets about a 6-yard gain there. It'll be 2nd and 4. With 9:23. 8:54 to go in the first quarter. Thanks for joining us on this homecoming game here at West Sioux. Good crowd on hand. Good pressure in the backfield that time by Van Engelhoven. Swats the ball just as it was released by Caden Schmidt. And an incomplete pass. So 3rd and along 4. Schmidt back there. Snap, hands it off. Copeman's in the backfield and makes a great tackle right away. The handoff barely got out of the hand of Schmidt to Luther Cameron. And a big loss of 2 there. It'll bring up 4th and 6, and it does look like they're bringing the punt unit back on the field.
Yep, that was a great job by Copeman's there, using his speed to get off the ball quicker than it looked like it was maybe number 54, Ace Staley, for the Rams. And a quick swim move to get around him into the backfield for a nice tackle for loss.
Block punt, and the Falcons are on it inside the 40. Flying in there and making the block. Van Engelhoven, he's been all over the backfield so far tonight, and he comes up with a huge block there, and the Falcons are back in business about where they ended their last drive.
They get a little bit of a restart here. Great job by Van Engelhoven getting it, then an even better job by Gavin Gerritsen falling on it, not trying to do too much, not trying to scoop and score, recognizing that the possession is more important, falling on it, getting possession back, and now let's see if he can take his team down the field, short field, for a score.
Now Gerritsen on a pitch play. On the option, he gets it off to Lopez. Down the sideline, across the 30. He'll be just short of the first down. It'll bring up 2nd and 3. Great pitch there. He waited long enough to suck up the defense and gave a good kick to Lopez. A nice downfield block as well.
They're going to have a lot of success stretching the side like that, moving the lines off to one side or to the other, making the big boys up front for, I'm going to try it now, Mvaocou run with them, being patient and then finding that time to pitch it.
On the counter, Lopez, and he gets grabbed by the jersey and slung to the ground on a great tackle there by Luther Cameron.
The more West Sioux can stretch it from side to side, the more their speed and athleticism is going to give them the advantage.
$7:07 to go here in the first quarter. Beautiful night. Look at the corn's all out, Steve. Last week it was standing. Full harvest underway here in northwest Iowa.
Yeah, it doesn't take too long before you see all the fields empty. And then you start turning it up, getting it ready for winter. Then you wait for the next spring season to come along, and the fields all get beautiful again and green. It's just a cycle. It's a circle of life you get to witness every year here in the Midwest.
And here at West Sioux, it's just been a cycle of good football for a number of years. We got a false start there. That'll back it up 5. Looks like we'll have 3rd and 10.
Young Oliver Holton, just a sophomore. He'll get that figured out.
That's one thing last game up here. We were none too happy about the number of flags that happened. And you know what? I just I say what's on my mind. I hope I don't offend anybody.
We do try to remain, when it comes to the penalties, we try to remain unbiased. Those were some egregious flags.
Lopez on the catch, around the end. 1st down and more. He's got the ball. He's racing toward the end zone. Waiting for the call. Touchdown, West Sioux. Check out this instant replay Steve caught. Of course, from our friends at SiouxlandProud.com, KCAU. Lopez off to the races. Lunges for the touchdown. The Falcons hit pay dirt.
That was all effort there by Braylon Lopez. He had to break a tackle just to get to the first down, but tiptoeing his way up the sidelines. And then that last effort to reach his arms out, cross the plane into the end zone. Touchdown, West Sioux.
Copete hits that one wide. It'll be 6-0 on your Borchers Supply scoreboard. We're going to take a break here at West Sioux. Steve Marino, Rob Maynard, we'll be back with you right at this for the kickoff.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
38-yard catch and run from Garrettson to Lopez, and that good effort by Lopez after contact, spins out of it, goes all the way down the sideline and lunges for the end zone. And I don't know if you saw it or not, Steve, but Garrettson got smoked as he released that ball.
He did. Great job. He probably felt that coming, but a great job staying in the pocket, keeping his presence, keeping his eyes towards his target, and delivering that ball to Braylon Lopez. That's big for a young quarterback making only his second start to be able to stand in there and take those shots and deliver the ball for his team.
So the kick. Picking it up and off to the races at the 5. Good cutback, good blocking up the middle, straight ahead running all the way up. Still on the push across the 40 to the 47-yard line. Jake Scott, the 6', 270-pound freshman, on a good run back there. 46-yard line, and they are looking to get on the move. Great field position to start this one. Pulled in the back, keeping himself around the right side. Tripped up nicely in the back field. I do believe that was Mora that got a hand of his ankle. Cervantes, they say, got his hand around the ankle and tripped him. Caden Schmidt had a lot of room there. Closed up quickly and only gained 1. This time, running straight ahead, running, picking up 3. Drake Lynott in there to put the ram to the ground. Luther Cameron once again getting the handoff. 3rd and 6. The Falcons trying to tighten it up here. Official didn't have his whistle in his mouth, didn't blow it. They're going to call a catch. It skipped off the turf, according to the West Sioux players, but the officials are getting together to talk about it. They're going to visit about it a little bit. It'd be a first down if they count it. Little conversation here. The White Hat's going to give us a story.
After crew discussion, the ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. 4th down.
Incomplete. The Falcons said it hopped. Of course, they didn't want it to be a catch because that would have been a first down for the Rams, so it'll bring up 4th and 6. Punt coming in. Punt team back. Falcons are staying up. Now Kotz runs into the game. Goes back deep. He's solo. They're playing just in case are the Falcons. High snap, pulling it down Morley. He's going to take off for the run. Around the end and taken down by Chopper Coltmans. It'll be Falcon football. High snap. I'm not sure if that made the decision for Morley to try and go around the outside, or if he just decided that maybe that was a play call. Snap was about 8 feet off the ground. He had to go up, pulled it down. Maybe that time he thought Austin Van Egelhoven was going to be in visiting him again.
putting a lot of pressure on this Rams offense already, this West Sioux Falcon team. I'd like to see that continue for 3 more quarters.
Dylan Cervantes out closest to us here. In cover 1, it looks like. Flag already set.
False start. Offense number 3. 5-yard penalty. First down.
False start by a lineman. Must have moved after he must have went down, pulled up. So the Falcons will be 1st and 15.
It was on more on the top of the screen there. Lined up in kind of the tight end position right now. He must have just a little bit of a twitch.
Van Beek in motion. Instead, it's a counter back to Copeman's on a bobble snap by Garrettson. Might have gained 1 there.
Yeah, a bit of a broken play. Great job by the Rams to swarm to that and shut it down and not let a broken play turn into a big play. So that's bound to happen sometimes when there's a lot of confusion. Both teams can kind of get out of sorts, and sometimes something big happens during a broken play.
Well, when you got a few injuries and you got different players out there, you get working in some different things. And there goes again. Ball's on the ground, diving on it. The snap was off to the right by about 3 feet. As the center has to get used to the new quarterback. So, 3rd and
Always.
23-24, it looks like. Falcons will be in a definite passing layout here. We'll see what they can do.
Yep.
Cover 2. Way over the top. Garrettson, he's going to slide down and take it down at about the 13-yard line. The snap went over his head. So, punt will be coming for the Falcons. As you see that line marker in the background there, and beautiful line markers, new line markers, donated by the Van Ort family. Digitally. It's not in the shot right now, but you'll see them. West Sioux does thank you. I did read about that this week. Van Ort family donated digital line markers. The boot after the hop off the turf and a good roll for the Falcons. A good punt on the recovery by Topete.
Yeah, West Sioux kind of lucky to get a good kick and bounce from Topete. Still not the best field position you want to start in for the defense, but a lot better than it could have been.
Yeah, they're kind of digging themselves a hole back there with the bad snaps, so they're going to work on that on the sideline here and get that figured out for the next offensive possession. This time it's the Rams on a pitch underneath, spinning and off to the races all the way to the 35-yard line, inside the 35 to the 34 by Redinius of the Rams.
He kind of got lost in this mass of his offensive line. There was a good shield to get that quick pass off, then a quick shift and a spin move, and chunk yardage for the Rams of Mvaocou.
So 2nd and 9. Handing it off underneath. Big fellas up front swallow that right up and no gain. Ben Engelhoven right in there again. He's looking for an impact player award tonight. Very active so far. Of course, we have our Main Street toe of the game. Last home game against Central Lyon, I gave that to Blake Wiggins, and the last toe of the game was the crucial one that in overtime. If you want to go back and watch that game, it's an excellent game. You can see that on metrosports.tv on our on-demand games. That time, Van Engelhoven in the backfield again, right in the quarterback's face. He had to get rid of it too quickly. Receiver hadn't even turned to look for the ball as it went past him. All created by Austin Van Engelhoven.
And he was smart because Colton Copeman's was also right behind him to clean it up if Van Engelhoven got his hands on him at all. Both boys had a head of steam towards the quarterback.
Looking for the call. It's 4th and 8. It looks like the Mvaocou Rams are going to take a quick timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. United Sports Academy timeout right here at Metro Sports TV.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Timeouts at Metro Sports, brought to you by the United Sports Academy, North Sioux City, South Dakota, home of MVP United Volleyball, United Basketball, United Turf and Batting Cages, United Edge Sports Performance, 56,000 square multi-sport training facility, North Sioux City, South Dakota, United Sports Academy. On 4th down, after the timeout, rolling to his right, across the middle, jump pass, has a man right through the fingertips. And no good, as Morley was there, and he just couldn't pull it in on a great play set up by the coaches from Mvaocou.
Absolutely. He had two players in the vicinity of that pass. Leandro Lopez for West Sioux coming in and getting his hands on that second tip, almost a tip drill interception, but great play design, the rollout and the throwback to the left. It's a bit of a dangerous throw. You don't usually like to see quarterbacks doing that too much, but it was a great design, and he had two guys open. That was almost a nightmare for West Sioux.
So the Falcons. Good snap there. Garrettson gets it on the option. Kicks it off. It's Lopez around the outside, and a good pickup of about 6 there. Garrettson gets hit again as he made the pitch. But a nice job on the time play again.
Yeah, absolutely. Great pitch. Great way to wait until the last possible second and gave Braylon Lopez those 5 yards. But Mvaocou is going to be testing this young Gavin Garrettson, and we're going to see what he's made of here tonight.
So, Copeman's in motion. Rolling this way is Garrettson with a host of blockers in front, splitting the blockers and coming in, getting Garrettson, tying him up, and stacking him up and throwing him back for no gain on the play. Led by Luther Cameron. And helped out by Jeremiah Van and a couple other Rams.
Great pursuit by Mvaocou, but in a missed block, it actually looked like number 7, Braylon Lopez, got a little bit ahead of himself and kind of rushed the block forward into the second tier of the defense, which allowed for the Rams to come through. And had about 3 guys in the vicinity of Gavin Garrettson before he knew it.
Rolling to his left, looking to throw. Fortunately for him, incomplete as he threw behind the receiver and actually behind the defender too, and the defender just could not pick it up. It would have been an easy interception had he settled into that area, but nonetheless, it'll be 4th and 6. Punt coming.
Yep, Garrettson's breathing a sigh of relief as we're starting to get into a little bit of Iowa Hawkeye football here as we're playing the field position battle. It's going to come down to some special teams plays because both defenses are staying home so far this game.
Good tackle there by Cervantes as he got down there and made the one-on-one. One of those guys with 2 first names. And that'll be the end of the first quarter here at West Sioux on homecoming. The Falcons lead 6-0 on your Borchers Supply scoreboard. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with the second quarter. There is no place like home. And if you are in the market for a new home, farm, or commercial property, you need to connect with Century 21 ProLink Realtors, Doug and Dusty Holton. Residential, commercial, and farmland. They do it all. Give them a call. 712-389-6862 or 712-251-5188. Truly changing how real estate is done. Doug and Dusty Holton, Century 21 ProLink. With over 40 years of experience, they will make it happen. Welcome back to Metro Sports TV, and thanks to Rivers Edge Bank. Rivers Edge, when you bank with Rivers Edge, you reinvest in the community we share. With their convenient technology, you can deposit your check anytime with your phone or through their drive-up ATM. Stop in and visit one of the local friendly faces you will find at the bank. They can help you open an account, sign up for bill pay, mobile banking, or advise you of the current equipment loan rates. Check out Rivers Edge at their website, riversedge.bank, an equal housing lender, member FDIC, right downtown Hawarden, Iowa. Rivers Edge Bank, owner of the Rivers Edge Red Zone. And the Falcons have yet to be in the red zone. They ran right through it. Lopez for 6. And that's all the scoring in the first quarter. Mvaocou dropping back on the screenplay. Falcons sniff it out and stuffed after a nice gain of about 7 by Luther Cameron.
Great job by Caden Schmidt there looking off. He had the Falcon defense bit to the near side and threw that screenplay back towards the left. We've seen Westview run that play a few times with success. The Rams running it with success here.
The Rams at 3rd and a long 2. Short 3. Dropping back. Schmidt setting them nicely in that zone was number 4, Tanner Dixon. That'll be a first down for the Rams. 1st and 10 from the 44.
Looks like Coach Berger in this Ram offense may have found a hole in Westview's defense, and they're running some hurry up, not letting them settle down or adjust much of their game plan, and it's working so far early in the second.
Another one on that outside dump off and a run for 10. Another first down right at the 45 of West Sioux. The Rams on the move. Kind of giving that same feel of offense that the Falcons do. Thanks to Coach Berger, as he sent me the starting lineups and also the formations that they'll play. And seeing that, it's got different sets of formations they do, and the personnel is kind of interesting to see what they're running there, and a nice job by whoever they have with the offensive coordinator over there.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot more of this. It started in college and has slowly trickled down to high school. This big spread offense, you see a lot of wide receivers out wide, and you see a lot of option, a lot of motion. It really spreads it out and allows offenses to have more options and allows them to be able to run east to west more effectively, create holes, find holes in the defense, especially when you're playing smaller schools like this where there is going to be some athletic differences between positions. You're going to be able to exploit different parts of the field a lot better, and the Rams are doing that right here.
The Falcons can bend but not break. I'll get you to my car's auto keys to the game coming up after this, but another one by Dixon as he sets in there nicely. This time he's tough to bring down as he gets all the way down to the 20-yard line. 3 Falcons all over him. They just couldn't get him to go to the ground.
Well, he kept his legs pushing and gained about another 5 to 7 yards there before finally going down. This fast-paced offense is starting to test West Sioux. Maybe tiring him out a little bit.
Sitting back comfortably, handing off this time to Luther. Swallowed up by the Falcons on that one, though. Second and 10. He got just past the line of scrimmage. Just a long 9. 2nd and 10 from the 22. Falcons trying to buckle down on defense here. Quick fake to the outside, keeping him himself and spinning ahead for maybe a yard with Schmidt. Went for that pump fake. Not too many Falcons fell for it.
Yeah, I get the idea there. They've been running a lot to the outside, a lot of screen passes, but just a little too cute on offense there. didn't really need that. West Sioux did a great job at staying home. They always play great sound defense, did it there, forcing a third down.
So 3rd and 10 from the 22. Schmidt rolling left. Rolling out, looking to throw it. Throws it back across the middle. He's got a man. First down for Mvaocou. Like right at the 12-yard line, right at 10 yards on that gain. 1st and 10 from just inside the 12. Go with that no huddle. Called in from the sideline. Schmidt looking to throw. Going to the corner. Catching it and running it in for the touchdown. Tying the game up. You can see it here on this KCAU instant replay as Luther Cameron catches another touchdown for the Rams. Morley trying to give him the lead. Currently 6-6 on your Board Supply scoreboard. Flag on the play. False start by the offense.
Offense, number 72. Replayed try.
Backing up for a little bit longer extra point. Morley from the 15 now. The snap, the hold, getting it away, and it goes. Mvaocou takes the lead, 7-6 on your Board Supply scoreboard. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
What's happening at Hawarden Regional Healthcare? Nurse practitioner Amy Waterman has joined the Hawarden Clinic team. She's looking forward to helping you reach your healthcare goals. Our Akron team is committed to serving the community with attention to your total well-being. And our Hawarden Hospital location now owns one of the newest and most accurate CT scanners today. Amazing things are happening at Hawarden Regional Healthcare. Changing and growing with you.
Welcome back to Metro Sports TV, and thanks to Hawarden Regional Healthcare for being a fantastic advertiser here on Metro Sports TV. And, of course, Jeff Carr at Carr's Auto in downtown Hawarden. If you need a oil change, a car, or tires, he does it all, major motor repair as well. And, of course, he sponsors our Carr's Auto Keys to the Game. And let's start with number 3. Contain their quarterback. As the quarterback got rolled out there, he was saying contain him, keep him between the tackles, and he just out around the outside, got in there and was able to create some action as he passed to the wide out there, who was Luther Cameron, for a touchdown. So one of those things that Coach Sweesaw wanted to do was contain their quarterback, keep him between the tackles, and that was something that didn't happen on that play. Huge key. Flag goes up on the kickoff. It'll come to the 35 is where the Falcons will take over. 1st and 10. Another Carr's Auto keys to the game was get the edge. If they can establish the sweep, they'll be good. They just have gotten to the edge a few times, have the Falcons. And last time was the blocking broke down. Otherwise, there was a lot of room to run there. So Coach Sweesaw still will be working on getting to the edge. And, of course, the major number 1 for the Falcons is stay healthy. They can't have any more injuries, as that game against Central Lyon was devastating, having 5 major injuries. And, of course, Blake Wiggins out for the season. Taking it and going forward, Garrettson with a 3-yard pickup.
Garrettson about there, out near the 40.
Shout out to Sue Holton, watching from Surgery Center in Sioux City. We hope everything's going well, Sue, with you and Doug, and, of course, Dusty, a great family supporters you guys have been of Metro Sports TV. Got our prayers with you. And thanks for tuning in. Around the outside, stumbling, but Lopez keeps his feet across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Good run after he about got tripped up back there, kept his balance. Lopez has turned into a real nice runner for the Falcons.
Yeah, great low center of gravity. He's done a great job changing direction. You can really see him developing as a running back here for West Sioux. West Sioux not having quite as much success moving east to west as the Rams did on the last drive. They're going to need to figure something out, maybe get some chunk plays. They're not out of it yet, but they need to get something rolling to get some energy up.
The snap and a quick out to the outside to the right. Garrettson hits his man. It's Kotz, and he spins ahead for a first down to the 49-yard line. Great spin move after the catch. Garrettson throwing back some of that same offense we've been seeing from the Rams. Back at him, and Kotz spins, gains the first.
Yeah, Kotz, the 5'9", 160-pound senior, is another one of those that needed to step up when Wiggins went down with Garrettson coming out of this, showing his versatility there and his ability to pick him up and get his team a first down.
Snap, we're going to the left side this time. This time, it's Lopez on the catch and run, and nice tackle, even while being blocked. As Eli Moore had a nice block on the outside here, but somehow the defender was able to get his hand. I do believe that was number 17, Jake Scott, who was able to get that hand in there and trip him up.
If there is any bigger indicator in the amount of effort that Braylon Lopez has put in so far in this game, he wears turf tape on the backs of his arms. He's got one of them hanging all the way down to his wrists. Come completely off here soon. He's putting the team on his back so far offensively.
The snap, Garrettson looks right. Shoulder fakes, rolls, pressure coming. Hit as he throws. He puts it up for grabs. Running back and making the catch. And spinning down it. Cervantes with a nice comeback. And catching that. Big play. And the floating duck there as he got hit, as that hung up in the air forever and a day.
You could feel the oxygen leave the West Sioux part of the sideline here. Coaches, teammates, fans, everybody. Because that ball was a duck floating through the air as Garrettson got hit as he was trying to throw that. Great job by Cervantes to go up and get that ball.
First down at the 11. They're in the River's Edge red zone. On the counter. Lopez. Copeman's it was. I couldn't tell if it was number 7 or number 1. It's Colton Copeman's into the end zone. Touchdown Falcons. The official got hit, and he is down. You see that on the replay. Right at the end of that replay, the official got drilled. Copeman's might have put him on his back as well. They'll take a little bit of a break for the official, and we can take a quick 30. If you got it for him, Steve, we'll be back.
Iowa Lakes is the biggest bang for your buck. I don't know why you wouldn't come here. There's more to community colleges than you think. It's not just go to class and go home. There's still so many fun things you can do on campus. I made some great friendships with my professors. Like, I wanted to go to class. I wanted to do their assignments. You know, I liked the challenge that they gave me. And I think that makes a world of difference. I couldn't have asked for more. My name is Lauren Flay-Hardy, and I think Iowa Lakes is the perfect place to be.
Copeman's on that 11-yard run and then into the end zone, knocking the official to the ground. Probably got the wind knocked out of him there as he got crunched by a slew of players. They're all tangled together there. But the Falcons go up 12-7 on the Borcher Supply scoreboard.
Just a great tough run there by, Colton Copeman's getting through. A good sign here of respect by both teams, taking a knee as the referee's getting checked up. They got him back on his feet. It's like they're doing a quick look, seeing how his leg's doing. He kind of got rolled over onto his ankle. Checking out the knee, checking out the ankle.
It's a lot harder when you get a little bit up there in age to bounce back like these young guys do.
Well, yeah, and these guys are out here. They're not wearing pads, and they got guys running around here. These 14 to 18-year-olds flying around. It's a dangerous spot to be in when you're a referee.
Absolutely, and our our advertiser on the scoreboard, Borchers Supply, always sponsoring our scoreboards here at West Sioux. Borchers Supply of Hayward and Borchers Supply is a family-owned and operated ag chemical supply company with a multitude of years of experience. I won't even try to circle the number. Borchers Supply is a go-to company for chemical supplies for your farming operation. They have a wide supply of fungicides, herbicides, insecticides, and fertilizer, among other things, along with custom and aerial application. Visit the website, borchersagsupply.com, for a complete list of products, services, and contact information. Visit Borchers Supply today for all your ag needs. And shout out to Jack Borchers. He stopped and tucked his head here in the booth, and do appreciate him. Always good to visit with Jack when I get up here in Hayward, and sometimes on the phone we discuss what happened in the week before games, as he is an avid sports fan. He was a good athlete himself back in the day. And the rest of the Borchers and Raider family is, and the Petersons, I guess, Steph and Jeff Peterson, Sherry and Steve Raider, Brandy and Carrie Borchers, along with Jack and Kay, good family-owned business. Extra point goes through as the Falcons make it 13 on the Borchers Supply scoreboard. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with
Today's banking is about so much more than numbers. It's about people. It's about community. It's about the next generation. Banking is personal. That's what we believe. And that's why we'll always put you first. Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on.
Garrettson gets away with a little fluttering duck pass as he got hit as he released that one, got it down to the 11, and Colton Coltman's took it in from there. The Falcons lead 13-7, and I don't know if you saw that on that pass play that Garrettson put up there as he was getting hit. He was trying to go deep in the corner, and Cervantes was on the run, and had that ball not got hit, he was behind the defense, probably going to catch it that way, but as soon as he saw his man get hit and the ball start to flutter, he made an adjustment and came in. A great play by Cervantes.
Great adjustment to stay in position, to keep the defender behind him. The only way the Rams were going to be able to deflect that pass or disrupt it at all would have caused a penalty or a great athletic play over the top. So it was a great job by Cervantes to put himself in position where he's the only one that could have made the catch, and then going ahead and making that catch.
On that kickoff, young Jake Scott had trouble handling it, went to the ground. He dove on it so that the Falcons wouldn't swallow it up. So virtually no return on that. It'll be at the 10-yard line. That's where the Rams of Maple Valley-Anthon Charter Oak-Ute will start.
Hey, there we go.
Every game I've watched so far this year, they never referred to the Rams as all the schools combined. They just refer to them as the Rams, which I probably should. A tip ball and almost picked off as it went through the hands. As it was incomplete. Coleman was the target there, and it slipped through his hands. Just about picked off on the outside.
Yep. Leandro Lopez had that. Garrettson was in there with the tip, and then Lopez almost cleaned it up.
Bouncing to the outside's Cameron. Across the 10, and a fumble. Picked up by Engelhoven and into the end zone. They're going to discuss. They're talking to an injured player. That's a touchdown. You saw that replay. It popped out. And Coltman's gets up gingerly, comes to the sideline. He does not want to be kept out of this game. Maybe a pinch in the shoulder. Stinger, we'll call it, as he got in there and forced that fumble and right up into the arms of the Johnny on the spot, Austin Van Engelhoven. And we may have that as our Main Street Auto toe of the game. You never know what a play that was. 6 more for the Falcons. And now 7, Topete with the extra. The Falcons, 20. Mvaocou, 7. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the kickoff right at this.
Jackrabbits don't wait to see what the future holds. They build it. At South Dakota State University, the next generation's leaders are preparing to launch. They're focusing on growth, and they're reaching new heights of excellence across vital industries. SDSU is building something greater for South Dakota and the world. Join us.
2-minute mark to start heading down the track and get lined up for festivities at halftime.
Back here at homecoming in West Sioux. 20-7 on the Borchers Supply scoreboard. Falcons look to kick off again.
Cameron and Kuhlman now deep to return the Chuck that day kickoff.
Topetti looks to boot. Checks his line. From the 40. Line drive this time. Hopping it. Falling on it. Right at the 25-yard line.
The Rams ball the kick at the 25-yard line.
Will be Tanner Dixon. So 1st and 10 for the Rams as they're trying to stay in this hunt as everybody tries to get these wins, ensure themselves a playoff spot in the district. Kind of a tough district. They got away BCIG, West Sioux. Across the top and a great catch and off to the races all the way down. Touchdown. As getting run down, but not by Lopez, but not in time, as you'll see it here on this instant replay as Lopez dives, makes the trip up, but not until he gets in the end zone on a 75-yard play from the line of scrimmage. The Rams get back in this one quickly with 5:07 to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah. Just a great job by number 14, Mason Kuhlman, to get behind the defense. They get behind the defense there and staying with the passes. He did have to fight through a defender for West Sioux who had a hand on the ball, but great job fighting through it to make the catch, and then he was off to the races.
Yeah, the defender was right there, just couldn't quite reach it. And just a great pass from Schmidt. Kuhlman takes it the rest of the way. It's about a 35-yard pass and catch, and then run after that. A great play by the Rams. We're taking a break. West Sioux 20.
Take the ride to Waddy's Bar and Grill. Enjoy delicious burgers, steak tips, wings, and the best pizza around. Get a Chiefs Bloody Mary and make sure to grab a half-gallon to take home. Take the ride to Waddy's Bar and Grill in Hudson, South Dakota.
As you see Waddy's there, great food, great times. Check out Waddy's, our halftime sponsor at Metro Sports TV. Waddy's Bar and Grill in Hudson, Waddy's other bar and grill downtown Haywarden, Waddy's Whistle Stop, North Sioux City, South Dakota, and Waddy's A-Bar in Alcester now. Check those guys out, too. They've got some great drink specials. And, of course, up at Waddy's in Hudson, they have some entertainment on their schedule. Check them all out on their Facebook pages. And, of course, Waddy's, home of Chiefs Bloody Mary Mix. Great sponsor here, Metro Sports TV. Great community advocate. The boot's off. And out of bounds it goes. The Falcons will take it at the 35 on the flag. Might make them kick it again this time. As they're kicking it out of bounds. Coach Weesaw says, back them up. We're going to make them kick it again. And try and take advantage as they want to see what they can do in their return game. So they'll re-kick it. Falcons set up for a little bit shorter of a reception here. Running just the three-man front. Now they'll bring in the fourth. So a spread reception here by the Falcons. Trying to get some decent field position on the return. Rams trying to run in some players here for the kickoff. Finally get set. Plenty of time. The whistle just starts now. So from the 35. Another kick that goes toward the out of bounds. Dropping to his knee to pick that up. You can see the number over there. I don't know who that was on the outside.
Just a little lapse of judgment there. He was able to pick his knee back up. He could have ran with it. But still, great starting field position for West Sioux at the 25.
Well, it lost about 10 yards on that, accepting the penalty, or implementing the penalty, but probably a good gamble with 5:07 here in the second. So Garrettson sitting comfortably in the backfield by himself, now in motion. Swinging around the end and taken down in the backfield. And a great tackle. Van in there once again, as his number's been called a number of times on the tackles. As Kotz tried to come around that end, and he shot through there. Again, I think a little bit of a missed block allowed Van to get in there.
He's done a great job of firing off the line and disrupting the backfield for West Sioux this entire game. Great anticipation, and he's been able to read a couple of these plays to get into the backfield.
All wide here. Garrettson rolls right in the grasp, throws it, tipped. As Garrettson was getting spun to the ground once again, he's able to get that throw off, which is remarkable because he was swallowed up pretty good back there. They had all wide out set up for the deep play, and he rolled out, Garrettson did, and just could not get far enough away from the line of scrimmage.
The Rams running kind of a modified 3-4 over where they shift number 23, Jeremiah Van, left to right on one side or the other to bring pressure where they're wanting to because they've recognized that he's able to get off the ball and he can find consistent pressure. And then they use him. They've used him on this play. They brought him over to the left-hand side. He drew a double team, and then the entire near side for you watching the left side of the offense was just not able to keep up with the athleticism coming from the other side.
As you saw there, screenplay was set up, and block was all set up, but the receiving back did not get out far enough because they got tangled up on the inside, and the ball went to the turf. That'll bring up 4th and 14.
Great job by number 54, Ace Staley, to get that pressure.
High snap, pulling it down. Topete off the tip. Gets a roll right to the 50. They're going to mark it at the 49. Tipped on that punt as the snap was once again high, and having to pull it down was Topete. So the Rams, about a half a field to go. Trailing by 6 to the Falcons. Good game here on Metro Sports TV. Of course, check out our other games as we have down at Hinton, another District 1 battle. Of course, that's a favorable foe of these guys is Hinton taking on Lawton Bronson. Of course, West Sioux beat them last week. Luther Cameron up the middle, plunges. Somehow got out of the grasp of Mora. Dove ahead, picked up 2.
And over top of his guard, the junior Grant McEmery almost kind of laid down and allowed him to leap over top to gain 2 yards.
Tony Soto makes the tackle, rolling left, looking, trying to find somewhere to throw it, nowhere to go, throws it out of bounds. Heady play by Schmidt as he shows off his arms there, as this kid is a player. Just a sophomore, both quarterbacks sophomores, and we're seeing a lot of youth out here. We're going to see a lot of good football in this district coming up next few years. Of course, like I was saying, this district, OACBIG, Hinton, West Sioux, the Rams of MVAA, OCOU, Ridge, across the middle he goes, and hit just at contact, a great defensive hit.
Here comes
on that one.
Comes that man, Colton Copeman's.
Copeman's coming all the way from the right side, or the defense's left side, right side to us, all the way across the other side of the field, and he hit him hard, bending him backwards, and the ball could not be received. We got Ridgeview. I'm trying to think of all those teams in the district. Ridgeview beat Hinton last week. I think the only undefeated right now is OACBIG in the district. Quick punt. Bounding all the way down inside the end zone. That'll be a touchback out to the 20. The Falcons will take over 1st and 10. 3:35 to go. The Falcons would like to get a little bit more cushion before halftime.
Yeah, it seemed like momentum was on the side of West Sioux. They're coming into the second quarter, got the offensive touchdown, the fumble recovery for a touchdown, and now all of a sudden, Mvaocou breathing some life. They got their own long touchdown, a swing of momentum, shut down on defense. They put a lot of pressure on Garrettson. West Sioux's got to look for something to build a little bit here, maybe get a nice long drive, and 3 minutes, 30 seconds left to go until half. Try and take up all that time for a score maybe.
Flag comes as Garrettson was in the pistol in the motion.
Offense, number 2, 5-yard penalty.
Cervantes jumps on that somehow over there, and a two-man in motion type thing possibly, as Copeman's was set up wide out here. I'd like to see that matchup as he's being one-on-one guarded by Mason Kuhlman. It's the 6'2 Copeman's and the 5'10 Kuhlman. They're back at it again. Going to the other side, though. Lopez catches it. Still going. Cross, spinning, keel moving. The pack has still got him rolling. I thought he was down twice. Good effort again by Braylon Lopez. Check out the effort here on their instant replay from KCAU. Caught, spin, pushed. There comes the big boys to give a little helping hand. Austin Van Hengelhoven right in there to help drag him up, and a nice gain there.
That could be the toe of the game.
2nd and 2. And 13-yard gain on that, and another whistle. Another flag goes up.
Encroachment. Offense. Defense. Number 9. 5-yard penalty.
Trying to get in there quickly, not a bad idea as he tried to read the count. Was the Ram trying to jump in there and get in there? Probably not a bad idea when it was a short 1 or short 2 yard for a first down, but that gives them the automatic. Falcons have it. 1st and 10 from the 34.
Yeah, the Rams have done a great job of disrupting young Garrettson in the backfield, putting some pressure on him. Just got a little too quick that time.
And another flag. Series of flags on this drive. This time it looks like it might go back against the Falcons.
Full start. Offense, number 3. 5-yard penalty.
So, 2 1st and 15s this series for the Falcons as they get ahead and get a first, and they back it up 5. Trying to make it hard on themselves with 2:30 to go here before halftime.
If West Sioux gets a score here, they'll have driven the football field and more.
Garrettson keeps it himself around the outside. He's got a blocker. He's got room. And a good gain there on first down. He gets about 8 yards. That'll be 2nd and a long 6.
Brings him 2nd and 7 for the Falcons.
Garrettson got doubles wide here. Man in motion's Lopez, handing off underneath. Copeman tries to keep his feet, does. Bounces ahead. A pickup of about a yard.
Something that West Sioux might be able to go back to later is they had the 2 wide on the near side of the camera here, and then they moved Cervantes and motioned him out. You had 3 on 2. Went with the handoff, but a quick screen pass out to Cervantes would have been great there. I wonder if they're going to try it here.
Low throw, scooping it up. It's Lopez. He's got a blocker out around the end. Or that is Cervantes. No, yes it is. Dylan Cervantes on a good gain there. First down, West Sioux. Just what you saw last time, and the coaches must have saw it too. Maybe they've been setting up for that. I don't know. Sometimes you know how that is. You pick and you get that, and all of a sudden you kick it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Coaches up in the booth, they saw that a couple times, and they thought, well, let's just see. Let's pick and see if they do the same thing. And sure enough, it was right there and right when they needed it. First down.
Good hard run again by Lopez as he powers ahead. Across the 50 to the 45, and the Falcons take the first time out of the half for them. 1:39 to go here. Before halftime, we'll take a break. We'll be back right after this. This is Metro Sports TV. Hayward Ambulance needs you. Call Jeff Nohava today, 712-551-6637. Volunteer EMTs and drivers wanted. Who will be there for your family in an emergency? Hayward Ambulance supports West Sioux Athletics. The Falcons with a 6-point lead. Trying to make it more before halftime here in homecoming. Of course, you see the gals walking around in their beautiful dresses and all the shindigs, and we didn't get to talk about that much, but there's a lot of things that come into play in homecoming that are distracting. You know how that is with all the different things going on and trying to keep their head, trying to keep them focused. There you see some of the girls getting ready to come out on the field and be introduced at halftime, and a great honor it is to be part of the royalty. The Falcons want to get some more on the board before half. Low pass there, hops off the turf as Garrettson tries to throw it on the run. As Copeman's was set up nicely out there with a blocker. It's just a little bit errant of a throw. A tough catch to be made anyway as the defense was right there. But Garrettson, that'll come with experience. He needs to set his feet as he releases and get his weight balance better. 3rd and 3. So they get set. On the right, Copeman's out of that tight end spot. Lopez in motion. They hand it off to Lopez. He's going around the end behind Copeman's. Bounces ahead inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. You see Copeman's out there. As you see in the replay here, he's out leading that block along Van Engelhoven and pulling guard down there. Colton Ford along with Jaden Kotz on a couple nice blocks. Giving him the first down inside the 40 with 1:20 to go. Clock management. Ball gets snapped. Again, a little errantly. Garrettson able to pull it down, but that'll be a big, big loss there. Is it about 11-yard loss? It'll be 2nd and 21.
Second charge, timeout.
Timeout by the Falcons. I'm going to talk about where that snap's going and why it's going there. Is there a little bit errant here, a little bit when you got a new quarterback. You know, even though he played one game already, that's still not a lot of snaps being given. And something they're going to work on here at halftime, I'm sure.
Yeah, I imagine you're going to see that. You're going to see quarterback center exchanges. You're going to see shotgun snaps. Are going to work on it, get it down, because it looks like the center for West is just kind of a little bit all over the place. You had a couple of them high, a couple of them off to one side. He just needs to settle himself down and deliver the ball to the quarterback. And then Garrettson's just got to be a little more reactive, knowing that some of those might be coming a little bit off. Great job there of falling on it, but he's got to be a little more reactive to be able to handle it and continue the play.
You got to keep your eye on it the entire time, into your hands, and of course you're trying to concentrate on the man in motion and where you're going with the ball. There's a lot of things going on in your mind as a quarterback, but you got to have ball first. So trying it again. 2nd and 20, maybe 21. Dropping back, dumping it off. Lopez gets met hard by Luther Cameron as it was one-on-one, and Lopez didn't have time to catch and react and just got smoked. A hard hit by Cameron.
Luther Cameron was sitting on that. He could see it coming, and as soon as Garrettson turned to make that pass, he was on him, hit the hit stick, and took him down for a big loss.
That's senior versus sophomore right there. Welcome to 2 years of experience, Braylon Lopez. To the outside and thrown short of Colton Copeman's. That'll bring up fourth down as Garrettson's pass was a little off target. Punting it away with 44 seconds to go.
A little patience with him. That out route's one of the hardest passes you're going to be able to throw as a quarterback.
Yeah, your left side with your right arm and trying to get it before the pressure comes from that back side. So, whistle blows, flag on the play.
False start, offense number 11. 5 yards.
False start, back them up. The Falcons back up another 5. It'll be fourth and from here to Sioux Center.
Boys, if you wouldn't mind picking me something up from Walmart while you're over there.
Please set the game clock to 37 seconds. 3-7.
So the official
Thank you.
matches Metro Sports TV game clock. So Topete to Topante again.
What you don't see is he's got his phone out with YouTube pulled up, watching the broadcast.
Airs out of bounds. Should be. I would think it's right at the 30-yard line. It's probably a good spot for West Sioux. I thought it'd be back near the 35. So, Black Hat still hanging in there after getting rocked in the end zone earlier. He's moving a little gingerly compared to what he had been. The Rams looking to move a little quicker. They dump it out. It's Luther Cameron pounding ahead, and he gets 8. Clock stops with 18.7 to go. A timeout taken by the Rams. Take a quick break at halftime. Our Waddy's halftime report will follow, and we'll come back with a little discussion about what happened. We'll try and find some scores around the area for you. And, of course, big shout-out to Ron, the great Ron Prothero from High Tech Communications in downtown Haywarden, as we had some internet troubles our last outing up here at West Sioux, and discussions with him, and he came up and he said, I'm going to get it right for you boys, and that's what he does.
Yeah, Rob, you and I were joking about it before the game, but we could have broadcasted this thing to space with how much speed he gave us.
Well, we should try that sometime. We've done the drone. Maybe we could be up in a blimp.
I would like, can we get the Goodyear blimp? Do you think we got that in the budget?
Maybe we can call over to Main Street Auto, and they have their connections with the tire people. They could get the blimp over here, and it'd be Steve and Rob show from the Goodyear blimp in Haywarden, Iowa.
Might have to keep a bag a little bit close to me just in case the stomach decides to start churning, but I'll give it a shot.
Luther coming around the outside, gets tripped up by Lopez and picks up the first down, and another timeout by the Rams. As we see.
Charge timeout. Maple Valley.
What will happen here before halftime, they're still thinking they might be able to tie this one up or take the lead, or at least get in field goal range, because they do have a good kicker themselves, do the Mvaocou squad with a 3-1 record. Their only loss is to OABCIG, and that's a mouthful between those two squads, OABCIG versus Mvaocou. So probably glad I didn't call that one, as I'm struggling with one team.
EIEIO.
So that's what they do, though, in the rural communities anymore. You got to build them together. There's Grettinger, Terrell, Ruth Van Aerscher up there. You got to do what you got to do to keep schools in business.
Yep. We're just happy to see those schools are able to get together, teach their students, and put together some good football programs here in the state of Iowa.
And still be able to play 11-man. That's what I like to see. This group's got a good football team. Schmidt hands it off to Luther Cameron. Cameron runs around the outside, goes down after being stacked up. As the clock continues to run, it looks like they're going to let it run out here. That'll be halftime at West Sioux. Homecoming game. The Falcons lead 20-14 on an outstanding first half by these two squads. We'll take a break. We'll come back and let you know what all went on right after this at Metro Sports TV.
Iowa Lakes is the biggest bang for your buck. I don't know why you wouldn't come here. There's more to community colleges than you think. It's not just go to class and go home. There's still so many fun things you can do on campus. I made some great friendships with my professors. Like, I wanted to go to class. I wanted to do their assignments. You know, I liked the challenge that they gave me. And I think that makes a world of difference. I couldn't have asked for more. My name is Lauren Flayhardy, and I think Iowa Lakes is the perfect place to be.
At Premier Communications, we're all about connection. Connecting you to all the entertainment, work, and family you love with our phone, internet, cable TV, and tech support services. And now, that connection has gotten even faster with internet speeds up to 1 gig. Experience the next level of connection with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call toll-free 800-741-8351. Premier Communications. Looking ahead.
Up to your neck and trying to swim through confusing insurance policy choices? Well, before you drown in coverage you don't need, contact Allstate agent Ryan Stussy. Ryan will help you assess your immediate and also long-term needs so you can clearly choose options catered to your home, personal property, or financial future. Contact Ryan and review your coverage today. 605-377-6776. Don't drown in coverage that you don't need. Stay afloat with Allstate agent Ryan Stussy. 605-377-6776.
Take the ride to Waddy's Bar and Grill. Enjoy delicious burgers, steak tips, wings, and the best pizza around. Get a Chiefs Bloody Mary and make sure to grab a half-gallon to take home. Take the ride to Waddy's Bar and Grill in Hudson, South Dakota.
Welcome back to the Waddy's halftime report here at West Sioux. 20-14, the Falcons lead the Rams of Maple Valley-Anthon Charter Oak-Ute on an outstanding game going on. And, of course, on the field here you're seeing in the background the homecoming court. Of course, each and every broadcast at homecoming, we get to put these guys on the air so you get a little screen time for the ones who aren't in football. But of course, the boys are a lot in football, and a lot of them very active in the community. And I talk about this football team a little bit, Steve, that the adversity they've gone through here at West Sioux and the flooding this summer. And I'm going to tell you, I've got a father-in-law that lives up here that got the most water he's ever got in his house. And the first person to offer help was Coach Sweesaw and Heather Sweesaw, his wife. The second person to offer help was Peyton Sweesaw, their daughter. And ultimately, I think those were the only three that offered help, to be honest with you, until Coach Sweesaw had the football team get together and go in these houses. I don't even know if you knew this, throughout the whole summer, and had them remove stuff from people's basements for their summer workouts and their daily workouts or whatever. They went in these houses and they went through water and they hauled furniture and beds and sheetrock, and they did the same thing at my father-in-law's place. Spent hours there to hire that done. Would have cost thousands of dollars, and just saved so many people so much. And that's the type of community involvement this football team has, and shown by the leadership of the coaching staff, because each one of them was more than willing to jump in there and be part of that as well. This is the type of thing they did, and I know the kids got together, the players got together, and they went over and helped up at Rock Valley with the Boyden Hall Rock Valley group. Just an outstanding group of community support. These young kids, they get their butts up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. They get in the weight room each and every day that they can. They work out all summer long. Football has become a rich tradition, obviously, here at West Sioux, and the championships that they've got and the state championships and the efforts they put forth. But just, the general help that they provided the community this summer was unbelievable.
Yeah, it just goes to show that Coach Suisa does more than just create great players here at West Sioux. He creates great people, great men, and a great team who are all willing to pitch in to help, just like the entire community of Hayward. And as soon as the flood went through, I know I have family members who had some serious flooding in their basement up into the first floor. I know a number of the houses around the community have already had to be condemned and torn down, and people have been relocated and removed. But to see the Coach Suisa not only have his team go himself, but have his team come through and help the entire community, just goes to show the type of culture that he has built here at West Sioux with the football team, and the type of people and men that he has created.
Yeah, it's one of those things. A lot of these kids that play football here and are part of the program, they may go away for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years to college and whatever, but a lot of them come back home and are part of the community and raise kids here, and it just becomes a stepping stone of the next generation, who's next man up, as they say in the sport, and the things that they've done here. And it's been awesome for me to be part of it here for the last how many years, 7 years, whatever it has been, here at Metro Sports TV, broadcasting these games. And everybody asks me from Sioux City and everywhere else, how's West Sioux going to be this year? And without even knowing what they have coming back for a product or who's out and who's hurt, whatever, I always tell them they'll win from tradition. And it's something that they've gained and they've earned. It's not been given. Of course, it all started way back when, and of course now look at Hunter Deckers. He's setting all kinds of records. He plays with kids who are D1 players every day, and just a phenomenal athlete. I'm glad to see he's back on his feet, doing what he loves. He's put his head to the grindstone, and outstanding athlete. And of course, Wiggins up at Northern State, another outstanding player. We could rattle off the players that are playing all over the place, and can't forget about saying prayers for Levi Coltmans, as he's still trying to regain. Another outstanding athlete here. He's on a state championship team. And had that accident a few weeks ago. So prayers to him. But these Falcons never leave. They're always part of. I saw a sign out here: once a Falcon, always a Falcon, and it's true when it comes to football here at West Sioux. So we'll take another quick break. We'll be back with a little more Waddy's halftime. We got 7:33 to go before the start of the second half, and we'll talk about the game coming up after this. There is no place like home, and if you are in the market for a new home, farm, or commercial property, you need to connect with Century 21 ProLink Realtors, Doug and Dusty Holton. Residential, commercial, and farmland. They do it all. Give them a call, 712-389-6862 or 712-251-5188. Truly changing how real estate is done. Doug and Dusty Holton, Century 21 ProLink. With over 40 years of experience, they will make it happen.
A lot happens in Siouxland every day.
KCAU9 News cuts through the noise every day to bring what's happening around your community into focus.
Amplifying what matters in Siouxland.
Your time is valuable.
So when this happens, and this happens,
and this, how Count on KCAU 9 News to bring you what matters.
KCAU 9 News. We are Siouxland proud.
Main Street Auto Body and Graphics. Renowned auto body service, among other specialties, including light and heavyweight 24-hour towing, alignments, windshields, and new and used tires. Main Street Auto Body is located at 402 Main Street in Ireton, Iowa. Give them a call at 712-278-2700 for all your auto body service, towing, and tire needs. Proudly serving Siouxland since 2003.
Score big and score often when you bank with Rivers Edge Bank. With their current technology, you can deposit your check anytime with your phone or through their drive-up ATM. They can help you open an account, sign up for bill pay, mobile banking, or advise you of their current equipment loan rates. Check out Rivers Edge on their website, riversedge.bank, an equal housing lender, member FDIC. Rivers Edge Bank, a proud West Sioux Falcon supporter on Metro Sports Television, and owners of the Rivers Edge Red Zone.
Bob Rose presents Do You Know Pizza? The exciting trivia game where if you don't know pizza, just wing it. True or false? Romanian Christian Dimitru ate 200 pounds of pizza in a week.
Mamma mia, that's a lot of pizza.
Bob Rose knows pizza, and they know how to feed a hungry family. Pizza, wings, burgers, chicken, and more. Bob Rose, where good food and good times get.
Welcome back to Waddy's halftime report here at West Sioux. Of course, Waddy's Bar and Grill in Hudson, Waddy's other bar and grill of Haywarden, Waddy's Whistle Stop in North Sioux City, South Dakota. Waddy's cold drinks, hot food, and good times. Waddy's, it's where your friends are. Stop by there. He plays the games as well. Check him out. And also Waddy's A-Bar over in Alcester. Of course, starting out the scoring tonight, it was Braylon Lopez as he plunged into the end zone after the catch and run on that outside. There he goes. Great replay by Steve Marino. And Steve, he just lunged here for the last yard, bounced into the end zone. That got scoring off and started.
Yeah, it was a great effort by Braylon Lopez. A couple of good efforts there. We forget he had to take a juke just to get to the first down, and then he came back and lunged into the end zone. As we see the replay there is Cameron for Mvaocou with the Rams with a 4-yard reception to get into the end zone to get them on the scoreboard. And we follow it up here with Colton Copeman's the homecoming king, pinballing, busting, and bruising his way through to the end zone. But again,
took out the official on that one as well.
And then the fumble recovery by Van Engelhoven on the very next series. But the Rams would not be denied as Kuhlman from 75 yards out cut the lead down to 6. And we're sitting here at 20-14, West Sioux on top coming out of halftime.
Yeah, I tell you what, that fumble recovery popped up. Copeman's right in on that as well as he got his arm in there to bust it out and kind of got a stinger. Took him off the field, but that kid is not going to stay down, and great part of that play as well. And you talked about it, our Main Street Auto toe of the game. We'll be giving that out after this one's over. Of course, Main Street Auto, body of Main Street in Ireton, Iowa, is a renowned auto body repair shop offering full-service auto body repair, tire sales, and vehicle alignment services. They also have a 24-hour towing service. Capabilities to tow lightweight and heavyweight vehicles and equipment. Give them a call or stop in and see Brian Smith and Richard Steckelberg on Main Street in Ireton. Main Street Auto Body. Owners of our Main Street toe of the game, and plenty of good supporters over in Ireton, Iowa.
There you go.
So thanks for doing that. Of course, shout out to L&D Electric. Boone's always tuning into these games as well, and we do appreciate them. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with the second half after this at Metro Sports TV.
Take the ride to Waddy's Bar and Grill. Enjoy delicious burgers, steak tips, wings, and the best pizza around. Get a Chiefs Bloody Mary and make sure to grab a half-gallon to take home. Take the ride to Waddy's Bar and Grill in Hudson, South Dakota.
Central Bank, proud to be a long-standing Iowa tradition. Founded in 1887 in Storm Lake, we've grown over the years from that one location to a bank serving Northwest and Central Iowa, employing more than 200 people in the region. Being here and being from here, it makes Central Bankers unique in the banking world. Decisions are made here. Investments of our time and resources are made here. For us, banking is still about people. Our reverence for community and hard work speaks to a proud Iowa heritage. Our passion for small business to bold new directions forward for our bank and the Iowans we serve. Thank you for your support of Central Bank. Let's keep it going. Let's plan together. Let's execute for Iowa's small business, agricultural, and individual banking customers. Central Bank is ready to make it happen. Member FDIC.
Well, the officials are back at it. Looks like everybody got stretched out. Hopefully everybody's healthy, including the teams, as Coach Sioux cars auto key to the game. Stay healthy, and that's what you want to do with everybody here on both sides of the ball. We don't see anybody hurt. I know that Missouri Valley-Anthon, Charter Oak-Ute, one of their players was down with injury last week. I'm not sure if anybody's back, but you just hate to see that on these 1A teams because they don't have 150 people to choose from, to get out there. So most everybody's got to be ready to go, and that next man up mentality as we talked about in the first half. So 20-14 on a Borchers Supply scoreboard. This one is a long way from over as we've seen both these teams take it down the field and score. And Missouri Valley-Anthon, Charter Oak-Ute able to make a huge strike on that first down from the 25-yard line and 75 yards in about 38 seconds. They will kick off. Falcons will receive. The triple backs and deep. Van Beek, Koopmans, and Lopez awaiting the kickoff. Line drive kick. Hopped, got by the Lopez. He'll pick it up at the 5. Got some blockers, but closing quickly as a defense. Swallowing up and taking him down at the 13-yard line as that ball skidded past him on the kickoff. Coach Sioux is telling the up back, you have to catch that. Even if you go down at the 30-yard line, when you catch it, rather than letting it get behind you, get all the way down to the 4 when he picked it up.
And you see exactly what happened. Braylon Lopez just had no time to set up any sort of forward progress.
Good coverage by the Rams. So the Falcons on the first series, the second half. Thanks for joining us on Metro Sports TV. The snap, keeping it himself. Around the outside. Slamming ahead across the 20. 7-yard pickup. Basically a wildcat there.
A little bit of kind of an option because Garrettson did hand that ball off.
He did.
Good motion is kind of a jet sweep a little bit.
I wasn't even in line of sight with that. Glad you caught that, Steve Marino. You have younger eyes of about 30 years younger than me. Maybe 40. Around this side, it's Lopez. He's got room. He's got a block by Kotz down low. Around the edge and just gets run down from behind by Jake Scott, but not till he got across midfield. Lopez on this instant replay from SiouxlandProud.com. Coming right into our screen here. Great run. Great block by Kotz, holding off that defense without holding him. It's one thing you've said for years about these Falcons is they are a team mentality. They do a great job of the team concept to continue to hold the block for your partner. Hard count there. Garrettson excited about that one. That's 5. Easy pickup for them.
Defense, number 72. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Brings up 1st and 5 for the Falcons.
Of course, Garrettson, he's the grandson of the great Ron Pothero that's helped us out so much here. Got us this super speed internet running. And now, timeout taken by Mvaocou.
Mvaocou. First of the half.
We'll take a break here as the official even stopped before he getting all those letters in. We'll be back after this.
When the leaves start to turn, that means summer's over. So head to Baumgart's now for your pre-winter needs. In one stop, you'll find leaf rakes and winterizing fertilizers for your lawn, plus batteries and antifreeze for your car, weather strip, caulk, and pest control for your home, and warmer clothing for you. There's shelter for your pets and heaters, including electric, propane, and kerosene to keep you warm. From the Midwest to the Rockies, Baumgart's is your fall weatherization headquarters.
Metro Sports on a Friday night. Football season. We're just past the halfway point of the regular season. It doesn't seem possible already. We got games coming up. Check us out on our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or metrosports.tv for our schedule and upcoming broadcast. Snaps off on the option. Kick. Outside and around the end. Stopped quickly, though. Couldn't break that one loose. Losing one.
Lopez just a little impatient. He probably could have got to the outside edge to gain a few more yards. Decided to cut back. It was met by a wall of Rams.
So, 2nd and 6. Copeman's coming at us here. Garrettson on the under handoff. Plunging ahead and picking up 3 by Braylon Lopez.
It was a great
Maybe
job
5.
it was a great job by Copeman's drawing the eyes. He ran like that ball was coming to him. He put a lot of speed on it, sold it, and just caused the Rams to hesitate for a split second to allow that handoff for 3 yards.
So the Falcons go to the huddle, and in comes a play from Kotz. Up to the line. Kotz coming closest to us here as a receiver and a man-to-man on the outside. Taking it under. 1st down and more. It's Lopez on another good hard run. He's across the 35, inside the 35 to the 33, just out to the 34. Jake Scott comes up with that safety position and makes the tackle. But not before the Falcon first down.
And Lopez only coming into this game with 16 carries, 119 yards, 7.4 per carry, and you can see why. Good one cut back and some great legs keep churning to get extra yards.
Garrettson keeps it himself. He's got blocking room. Cuts it back, plunges ahead, picks up about 8. Good blocking in the middle right there. Couple of the outside guys went with Braylon Lopez as he's hurt him so much around the outside. They trailed off that way, and the interior blocking was phenomenal right there by the big fellas up front.
Yep, and we're really seeing what you were talking about in the first half there with the offense for West Sioux, just kind of testing, running a lot to one side, going to Lopez a lot, waiting for the defense of Mvaocou to really start biting on it before we're going to start seeing some fakes, some different looks, maybe a couple screen passes.
Somehow Lopez is able to get out of that one as the tackle was missed there by Radinius. I don't think he thought that Lopez was right beside him as Lopez bumped into him on the backside, and he couldn't quite figure out who hit me, and it was Lopez with the ball, but he was able to get up there to 3rd and 2 now.
He's got a little turned around, and a great job with that second effort there by Braylon Lopez.
From the 26. They will try to get the first down here. If not, this could be 4 down territory, I should say. 2 downs to go here, but with the leg of Topete, you never know. And they jumped off sides again. Did the Rams on the hard count. That'll be a first down for West Sioux.
That was Redenius, the guy that has been giving West Sioux fits defensively. Just didn't quite time it up with the snap that time.
Yeah, he just made that one step, but crossed the line of scrimmage. Good hard count again by Garrettson. That'll bring up first down at the 21, just outside the River's Edge red zone. Falcons looking to extend the lead. Shout out to Pat Schultz. He's headed to North Dakota for a wedding. Congratulations to him. 2-yard plunge there. 2nd and 8. Not his wedding. A wedding.
I think his wife might be a little surprised when they get up to North Dakota if that were the case.
If she was going. But
if she was going, yeah, if she was going.
She was in my shop this week. Julie's a great woman, puts up with Pat Schultz. I don't know how you do it. Of course, a lot of people say that about my wife too. So Coltman's in motion. Garrettson pitches behind Lopez. And again, stubbing their toe are the Falcons. That'll bring up about 3rd and 19.
Youthful mistakes. Just
15.
That's pretty much all you can say. Just some youthful mistakes. A young quarterback. Not quite in tune with his team just yet.
Just a little bit behind Lopez on that pitch, and Lopez tried to catch it, turned to his left to catch it, and couldn't quite pull it in. Garrettson had a defender headed straight for his chest, so that's always a factor when you haven't had a lot of experience back there. Sets up, throws it this time. It's tipped at the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Now, do you bring out the kicking unit? Do you kind of pooch punt this maybe?
Well, that's going to be about a 46-yard field goal. Looks like they're going to go for it. Nothing else. You want to get some positive yards here. Oh, they're set up in a punt formation. Oh, power I. They'll pick up 5. It's more of a punt formation, but split backs, and not sure what you're just calling that, a power I, that they were.
5-yard penalty. 4th down.
It was kind of almost like a short field punt formation with the 2 protectors. I'm guessing that's exactly what they were trying to do, is they were trying to get a hard count, maybe get a little closer to set up for a field goal range.
You might try it again. This time they're going to go for it. With Coltman's calling the signals. Another hard count, another flag. Well, that wasn't Coltman's. That is Garrettson back there calling the signals. I thought Coltman slid into the quarterback position, but that is Garrettson. He's picking up. That's 15 yards so far on this drive. He's picked up with a hard count. Now inside the River's Edge red zone from the 19.
And now you can get a little bit more creative, because you got to assume the defensive line for the Rams is going to hold back a little bit. Your offensive line may be able to get a little bit of a jump, get you some time, or open up some big holes.
4th and 8. They go outside. Coltman's has got it. Nice tackle. That's Lopez got tackled by Kuhlman. Great tackle by him, saving the first down. Had he not made that tackle, I do believe that would have been a first down.
That would have been. Lopez was running with a head of steam, and he was eyeing that first down marker. Great job wrapping up and holding him down. Been difficult to do this game.
I do apologize for not being able to pick up number 7 compared to number 1.
It's not a very big, what you call that, out little shape.
Schmidt looking to throw it to his left. Overthrows the receiver, and it goes out of bounds as the pressure was coming from the backside by none other than Austin Van Engelhoven. So, 2nd 10. The pitch to the right. Cameron gets leveled from behind by Austin Van Engelhoven as he drove him ahead for a gain of 3. Van Engelhoven has been using his weight tonight.
All over the field. There haven't been many plays we haven't called his number in defensively as he busts through and he's holding down the backside of that defense.
On the run to the left. Schmidt tries the pass. Receiver could not hang on to it. That'll bring up 4th down. Of course, they're running away from Van Engelhoven now. They've seen too much of him on this side of the line. So they're going to go to what we call the weak side of the line, the wide side of the field. Tough play to make there with a right-hand quarterback on the run to his left to make that throw on the run.
Yeah, that play was there. Schmidt had a man, just overthrew him a little bit.
Snap comes, punt away. Good punt, coming up, making the catch. Trying to get away from the defenders. Caught, and he does, across the 50. Then met by a couple Rams and taken out of bounds, but he got away from the initial contact and the gain of about 5 after contact. Nice job by Jaden Kotz. We talked about shout out to Sue Holton down in Sioux City at the Dunes, and of course the Holtons of Century 21 ProLink with over 40 years of experience selling realty. Both Doug and Dusty live in Ironton where they were born and raised. Dusty is assistant coach here on the football team. Also helps with the middle school, the JV, and the varsity, and he is the baseball coach. Doug and Dusty Holton, both realtors with Century 21 ProLink. If you have anything in need of real estate, contact Doug and Dusty, proud Falcons supporters. Residential, commercial, farmland, they do it all. Give them a call, 389-6862 or 251-5188. As the Falcons get knocked down in the backfield. Bring up 2nd and 14, 15 yards.
We were talking about Garrettson having some growing pains here. That was Lopez who got his eyes up looking for where he was going to run before he secured the pitch. Just bounced off of his fingertips, luckily, to fall on it and maintain possession.
So looking to move it again. Slings it ahead. Little bit back behind him as he was expecting his receiver. More, I do believe that was, to set in that zone, and he slid a little bit too much to the center of the field, and the ball was thrown behind him.
Yeah, that was a great job by Garrettson, though. When you run those hook routes, that's kind of the point, is your quarterback is supposed to get the ball coming to you as you're turning around so the defense doesn't have time to react and jump the pass. It's just a little bit inaccurate on Garrettson's part.
So, loaded on the left side, looking that way, putting it up is Garrettson. Lopez tries to come back for the ball. Can't get his cleats to grip in the turf. He's going to try to make another remarkable comeback catch and just couldn't do it there as Garrettson's ball wasn't quite deep enough for Lopez.
Couldn't quite tell if Lopez just overran the throw or if he was trying to bait the man that was on him to stay back so we could come back to that pass, but didn't quite work either way.
It was if he was trying to bait him, he had him set up nicely. He just couldn't get his cleats to catch in the turf. So the Falcons will punt. 20-14 on the Board Supply scoreboard, 3:48 to go. The punt's off. Topetes bounces at the 20 and goes back against the Falcons, and the Falcons dive on it. It'll be about the 27. That's where the Rams will take over, 1st and 10. So a little bit of stalemate action going on now. Back and forth defensive game as we settle in after some scoring there in the early part of the first half.
Yeah, it seems like a game so far where the winner is going to be the one. I mean, it's usually what happens in the game of football. The winner is the one who makes the least amount of mistakes. But it's really been mistakes so far here in the second half that have halted a lot of offensive drives for both teams. So it's going to be the team who makes the fewest mistakes here in the second half that's finally going to have success.
So Luther Cameron gets hung up by Van Engelhoven, and shooting up there was Garrettson and slammed the running back from the Rams backwards. Gaining a 1, though, on forward progress.
Maybe vented a little bit of frustration on that tackle.
There's that quick out play to the outside and a good gain of about 5. It'll bring up 3rd and a long 2. As the Falcons go on the hard count, so turnabout fair play as the Rams give the hard count, draw the offside contact.
Encroachment, defense number 58, 5-yard penalty, which results in a first down.
First down for the Rams of MVA OCOU. Looking to throw over the top. He's got a man jumping. Pulling it in was Kotz as he was right there. You believe that's Kotz? Number 12. No, that's not Kotz.
Leandro Lopez.
Oh, that's right. Leandro plays that outside corner.
Another one close. Kotz at 11, Lopez at 12. They're both right there. We're starting to get the sun's going down earlier. It's starting to be hard. The lights are directly in to our booth here. I'm coming up with every excuse I can figure out.
Thanks. How about age? I need to get my binoculars. I always say I'm going to bring my binoculars for those far away from the booth plays. And then these numbers, I've talked to Coach Sweesaw about these numbers. They're just not favorable for my old eyes. Guess they don't care. 3rd and 9. Won a lot of games in these red uniforms, I think, is the product. Rolling to the right. A lot of time. Schmidt back across the middle. Tip ball. Falls to the turf. Incomplete. Had all the time in the world on that rollout. That'll bring up 4th and a long 9. Punt unit comes on for the Rams.
Solid coverage defense by Colton. Coatman's there to stay with his man, not make contact with him. Go up and get his hands in, so there was no way. The ball sailed a little bit, but there was no way the receiver for the Rams was coming down with that.
Kotz back to receive. Punts off. Nice punt. Drives back. Kotz inside the 20. Shakes to the middle, trying to spin and grabbing his jersey and pulling him down at the 24-yard line. The flag gets tossed. Kuhlman comes down and makes a tackle. Good stiff arm by Kotz, but Kuhlman is able to hold on. He'll mark that off against the Falcons the way it looks.
Be interested to see what that call was. It was thrown almost right away when Kotz accepted the punt. I don't know if they're looking for, maybe there was an illegal block in the back.
Return. Illegal block in the back. Return team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
So at the 10, that hurts the Falcons. Kind of a changing field possession on that penalty. Falcons starting from the 10. They got 90 yards to go. 20-14 lead. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Low snap this time. Lopez comes out of there running. Big run there. 9-yard pickup. Good run. Gives him some breathing room back there.
Been pretty dependable this whole game. The Rams are going to have to be careful not to key in on him too much, though, because Westview's done a great job a couple of times of running some trick plays or some options off of Lopez for some big plays as well. Be interested to see if Coach Sweesaw calls that little hook and ladder that they called in the first half didn't quite work. They get some pretty good success, especially when they're backed up like this.
Up the middle run this time. First down. Falcons as Lopez breaks through once again. Shout out to the Westergaard family. Of course, Addie Westergaard, the queen tonight at West Sioux. The Westergaard family, great supporters of Metro Sports TV. As are the Coltmans and King Chopper Coltman's family. Getting his troops set is Garrettson. In motion goes Kotz, keeping himself as Garrettson. He's got room up the middle. Good blocking and powers ahead for another first down, and he gets all the way out to the 39-yard line. A great run there. Super blocking in the middle.
Say, look at the wide open hole. You could drive a freight train through there for Gavin Garrettson to pick up easy yards. He's probably not touched until he gets 10 yards down the field.
Great play there. Great camera work there by our camera people here at West Sioux. Thanks for helping us out tonight. Looks like 14 seconds. Looks like the clock is virtually half a second ahead of the game clock, so the end of the third quarter is going to happen right here in Metro Sports with 1 second on the play clock. So, fourth quarter coming. We'll be back here at West Sioux with the fourth quarter. Game's far from over, 20-14 on the Board Supply scoreboard.
Take the ride to Waddy's Bar and Grill. Enjoy delicious burgers, steak tips, wings, and the best pizza around. Get a Chiefs Bloody Mary and make sure to grab a half-gallon to take home. Take the ride to Waddy's Bar and Grill in Hudson, South Dakota.
Central Bank, proud to be a long-standing Iowa tradition. Founded in 1887 in Storm Lake, we've grown over the years from that one location to a bank serving northwest and central Iowa, employing more than 200 people in the region. Being here and being from here, it makes central bankers unique in the banking world. Decisions are made here. Investments of our time and resources are made here. For us, banking is still about people. Our reverence for community and hard work speaks to a proud Iowa heritage. Our passion for small business to bold new directions forward for our bank and the Iowans we serve. Thank you for your support of Central Bank. Let's keep it going. Let's plan together. Let's execute for Iowa's small business, agricultural, and individual banking customers. Central Bank is ready to make it happen. Member FDIC.
From the Jeff Nohava broadcast booth here at West Sioux, the Falcons 1st and 10. Garrettson, low snap, pulls it up and plunges ahead. Don't know how he kept his balance there as he was stumbling to start and picks up 6.
Looks like that play was supposed to go to Braylon Lopez because Garrettson took off and he was standing there with his arms off to the side going, wait, whoa, hold on, wasn't I supposed to get that? Great job by Garrettson improvising on a broken play.
He's done a number of that tonight with the snaps are not as crisp and clean as what we've seen. Of course, we talk about that with a new quarterback. You get used to one guy and how he likes it and how you do it with him, and takes a little bit of adjustment. 2nd and 4. This time another snap on the ground. This time picking it up off the ground is Lopez. Tries to cut back and pushing ahead in the pack. That's going to be close to the first down. Looks like they're going to be a yard short. Somehow Lopez picks that up off the turf and away he goes.
These are starting to look like they're designed. I swear, if they're back-to-back missed snaps, but they're going for some good positive yardage. Because, yeah, it threw off the play just a little bit, but Lopez able to pick it up and weasel his way through the defense to get some sort of positive yardage.
Well, according to the reaction on the coaching staff on the side, I don't think that's designed. Garrettson, this time Lopez, blockers in front, cuts back, he's got room, keeps his feet across the 50, across the 45 to the 42-yard line. Slow to get up there as he got rolled up on from behind.
Good cut, good patience there to let the blocks develop, and then that one cut to get up there. Looks like he's maybe grabbing his ankle or knee, lower leg area.
Cramping, he's trying to pull his toe. I do believe that looks like a cramp. He doesn't want to leave the game, though. But he's gonna. Hustles off to the side as the staff came out wanting to visit. So coming into the game, Cooper Anderson will come in there and give him a relief. He brings the play into the huddle from Coach Sweesaw and crew. Officials will wind the clock. First down on that one, though. From inside the 44 to the 43, just outside the 43, the Falcons. In motion. The fake, the handoff, up the middle. This time it is Anderson. Colton Copeman's now as I get 6 and 1 mixed up. I thought that's where Anderson went, was to the outside. Instead it was Copeman.
See, the difficulty with the uniforms, I'll back you up on this one, is not only are some of the letterings just the number, I guess numerical numbers, whatever, just a little bit too thin to be able to determine, it's also reflective. And so when certain angles, when it hits the stadium lights, it actually does kind of blur it a little bit. And so I'm with you, Rob. I'm going to back you up on this. We can go talk to Coach after the game.
Straight ahead run there behind the block. It's Garrison. Spinning, first down and more. To the 30. They never did get him down. The whistle blows on the stop of forward progress. Right from the 30, the Falcons on the move.
Looks like Sioux is starting to wear out the defensive line of Mvaocou. These are some big boys up front, but you get late in this game, the athleticism of Sioux, we talked about it before the game, is eventually going to be the advantage, and here we are in the fourth quarter. Just starting to get some pretty good push up against the oversized linemen for the Rams. Good athleticism, but Sioux's just a little bit better right now in this moment.
On the option now, Garrett's tend to call his number a number of times here as he keeps pushing forward now, trying to wind us down a little bit. With just under 9 minutes to go here in the ball game, this is a long, sustaining drive and eating a lot of clock up. If they could punch this into the end zone, might be a little too much for the Rams to counter.
Yeah, already verging on 4 minutes.
Hit late, ball goes to the turf, and it's fumbled. Recovered by the Rams as Garrettson got hit as he tried to pitch it. It didn't get out of bounds as Lopez tried to dive on it. The Rams take over. You can see it on the replay there. Can't really tell if he had secured the ball before he slid out of bounds, but the official was Johnny on the spot. So they gave it to him right in front of the coaching staff. Sure they would have let him know if he wasn't out of bounds. So Rams football, looking to throw it. Knocked down as it hits Luther Cameron in the helmet as he didn't get turned to look for the ball.
That's Sioux's defense not over pursuing the quarterback on the screenplay. They stayed home a little bit as they could see. I mean, you could read the quarterback's eyes that he's looking for somebody in the vicinity. It kind of gives away a screen just a little bit if you're paying attention. And so great job by Sioux's defense to stay home.
Errant snap this time by the Rams. Falling on it is Schmidt as they tried to go deep on a fly route on the far wide side of the field. He looked that way before the snap came, and I think he was looking to see what the matchup was on the outside, and the snap was just too low. The Falcons need to buckle down here because it's third down, 17 yards to go. Schmidt, another low snap, picks it up. Over the top he goes. He's looking, coming back. In and out of the hands of the defender. And Soto, the sophomore, corner comes over here. You can see it right through his hands, and just something he's going to want back all day long.
I'm sure he's not a huge fan that we played that replay, as that smacked him right in the face mask, but it was a great defensive play to get in position to disrupt that ball anyways. Great job.
A real nice note from Mike Leinert as he tunes into all these ball games. And we do appreciate it, Mike. You've always been an outstanding supporter of Metro Sports TV. And, of course, seeing all your nephews out here playing ball. Kotz gets it. Swallowed up right at the 45-yard line. As the defense came down quickly, and a good coverage by the Rams, but making that catch. And Kotz holds onto the ball, and Luther Cameron gets up gingerly as he limps off the field, which would be a huge, huge loss for this Ram team.
He's been all over the field offensively and defensively. He's caught numerous passes and made some big tackles for Mvaocou. Him and number 14, Mason Kuhlman, on that punt coverage. Hopefully he's not out for too long.
And like I said, nice touch in from Mike. We always like you tuning in, and always like to know you're tuning in. Always give shout-outs to anybody who wants to tune in. Hit me up on my Facebook or send me a note. I'll definitely give you a shout-out, as we have people all over the place tuning in for these games, and we're glad we're able to bring them to you. People all over the country. I've had people 3 different countries in the time at West Sioux reach out and say, hey, I tuned into your game last week from Poland and, of course, Mexico. A lot of people down there vacationing as we get later in the winter. It's so cold up here, nothing like Florida.
Some Falcons got to be snowbirds.
Garrettson holds it himself, drops back, looking to throw. Flutters up, but a catch. And a run by Coltmans, and he gets a first down out of it. Ball hung in the air a little bit longer than what Coach Sweesaw wanted to see there, but Coltmans is able to pick it up right off his shoelaces. You see it right there. Steve's Johnny on the spot on these replays tonight. Of course, all of our replays are brought to you by KCAU, SiouxlandProud.com, and our friends at KCAU. Thanks to Anthony Mitchell as he puts highlights on, puts these games on. Do appreciate it, our great partnership with KCAU as the Falcons continue the offensive onslaught. Nice defensive stand last time after the turnover. Lopez spinning, couldn't hold his feet. Great gain again.
Lopez,
stinger there.
He's been fighting through something in that right calf this entire drive, as this is the second time he's pulled up after a rush and has been grabbing it. He's one tough young football player to be able to fight through whatever he's going through.
Yeah, it's one of those things when you're out there and you run the ball so many times tonight. They've spent a lot of minutes on offense on the field, and he has been a workhorse tonight. And, of course, you start to cramp up a little bit when you're so much push and run all the time. Garrettson with Lopez leading the block this time. Goes ahead, picks up the first. It'll be right at the 30-yard line. The Falcons winding clock once again with 5:40 to go. Here in the ball game, a touchdown would ice it. A field goal, pretty much do the same.
They'd make it interesting at the very least.
Garrettson settled in at the 35. Cots in motion. No, that's Kendrick Van Beek. Keeps his feet going and gains a couple after the contact was right at the line of scrimmage. Nice job by the freshman. Haven't called his number much since that first quarter, but he's willing to go.
They've been able to go to Braylon Lopez so often. You forget that Van Beek was such a big player in last 2 weeks' game, coming off the edge, replacing Gavin Garrettson, who is the starting wide receiver, now quarterback, as we see Jaden Kotz bring the play in for West Sioux.
Kotz has been a very big part of this offense tonight as well. As he goes wide left, Mora wide right, in motion. Cervantes, but Garrettson keeps it himself. Fumbles the ball, but the Falcons are able to recover. It's like
number 54, Oliver Holton.
Johnny on the spot. There you go. Sue Holton will be proud of that play.
Only on the field is that the runner was down at the 23-yard line.
23-yard line. So third.
Brings up third
and
3 for the Falcons.
A short 3. See what the Falcons have up their sleeve there. Is there 2 play calls coming in here? Or ice it with a field goal?
I got to imagine they're definitely going to keep the ball on the ground. I would assume they're going to see where this is going to end up. If they're able to pick up a first down here, obviously you keep the drive moving. If they're able to gain 2 or 3 yards, probably go for it.
Yeah, so Coach Sweesaw says, all right, they didn't fall for the hard count that time. We'll take a break, and we'll be back, and we will too.
Jackrabbits don't wait to see what the future holds. They build it. At South Dakota State University, the next generation's leaders are preparing to launch. They're focusing on growth, and they're reaching new heights of excellence across vital industries. SDSU is building something greater for South Dakota and the world. Join us.
Welcome back here as Coach Sweesaw, as you see that nice shot there of the team as they talk it over. They're planning to try and get some things lined up for this one. They might have 2 play calls and do a quick snap and maybe run 2 quick plays, or you got Topete that could kick it to the moon. So if he can get a nice snap and puts it straight away, it's dead center and he's got plenty of leg. It's just that he pulled that extra point a little bit to the left. So we'll see what happens here. Big game next week for the Falcons as OABCIG visit. Copeman straight ahead blocking. Garrettson, first down and more. The pack keeps going inside the red zone all the way down to the 10-yard line.
A lot of football old heads are going to love that play as the offensive line just dominating Mvaocou to get that good push for a first down. They probably got an extra 10 yards of an offensive push thanks to the offensive line of the Falcons.
So the Falcons will have OACBIG, then they visit Ridgeview. Then Hinton comes to town for the final district game on the October 18th. Of course, that'll be a feature game at Metro Sports TV. 2 feature schools, West Sioux and Hinton. That should be a knockdown drag out as well. 1st and 10 from the 10. Garrettson. Chopper Copeman's behind him. Letting as much clock run as they can. Now inside 10 on the game clock. The snap. Garrettson keeps it. Copeman plows ahead for a block. Garrettson gets stood up and pushed backwards. Picking up 5. Down to the 5-yard line. This will all but do it here if they can get 5 more with 2nd goal.
Yeah, score here puts it pretty much out of reach. As the Rams of Mvaocou have really only had that one big explosive play, the 75-yard touchdown reception. It's still in the back there for them, but you got to imagine after this score, West Sioux is going to play about as deep as they possibly can to prevent that. So really, the Rams need to stop right here, right now.
This time it's Copeman's. He powers ahead. Down to the 1.
Ooh. A little early whistle by the refs. Copeman was able to 2nd and 3rd effort his way into the end zone.
Yeah, they blew the whistle, which you watch some of these games, some officials don't blow it till the guy's pulverized, and then sometimes they call it as soon as he stood up. All depends on what you want. As a coach, I don't know. Sometimes that first contact save a lot of injury. This time it brings up 3rd down from just outside the 1-yard line. Garrettson straight ahead running. He stood up this time as he didn't get. They got good push on the defensive line.
Come up short. Timeout. 4th and goal.
MVAO.
So Maple Valley-Anthon Charter Oak-Ute takes a timeout.
Thank you.
With 1:10 on the clock. We'll take a quick break here at Metro Sports TV. We'll be back with the 1:10 after this.
Happens in Siouxland every day.
KCAU 9 News cuts through the noise every day to bring what's happening around your community into focus.
Amplifying what matters in Siouxland.
Your time is valuable.
So when this happens, and this happens,
And this, count on KCAU 9 News to bring you what matters.
KCAU 9 News. We are Siouxland proud.
All right, 1:10 to go here in the ball game. NBA OCOU is trying to be sure they get the ball back for one last offensive possession. The Falcons are going to try and take the field goal here and pretty much ice the game. Topete lines up from the right hash. Be a 20-yarder at this distance. Gets it up, kicks it. Went wide left. And a little bit of life for the Rams, and they do have the quick hitter. We saw it early. You got to wrap up tackling. So, they'll have the ball from the 20-yard line.
Minute and 6 seconds. We got one timeout. If you're Coach Sweesaw, what are you telling your team?
Well, you still don't want to play too soft, but yet you obviously don't want anybody to get behind you. And keep everybody in bounds when you make the tackle. Schmidt sets up the offense. Roll to his right. Throws it across. Caught. First down. A little bit more. They stack the pack. Hold him up. Probably favorable there. He should have probably went down instantly after he got the first down because he could have saved himself about 7 seconds.
Yep.
54.3 on the Borchester Supply scoreboard clock.
Opting to try to get to the out-of-bounds marker. Didn't realize, probably wasn't thinking that he'll get a clock stoppage here for a first down anyways.
This time, rolling left and throws it out of bounds. Nowhere to go. Good defense by the Falcons.
Yep, heads up play by Schmidt there. As he had Kuhlman deep, but he was double covered and had nobody else coming to him on that side. Great heads up play to just take your licks and keep rolling.
Good spot for a timeout. 42.3 to go here in the contest. Been a great game, all scoring in the first half. It's become a defensive battle here in the second.
Their second charge time of the half.
Second timeout for the Falcons. They'll still have one on the clock. We'll take a quick 30. We'll be back after this.
At Premier Communications, we're all about connection. Connecting you to all the entertainment, work, and family you love with our phone, internet, cable TV, and tech support services. And now, that connection has gotten even faster with internet speeds up to 1 gig. Experience the next level of connection with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call toll-free 800-741-8351. Premier Communications. Looking ahead.
Of course, that ad from Premier Communications, our partners at Premier Communications, bringing you Lakes Conference football with Spirit Lake this year. Jump pass to the right side. Contain him to the inside. Doesn't make it to the first down. Clock will be winding. Inside 30 seconds to go. They run to the line. 3rd and 1. Probably a power run here. Looking to throw. Quick out pass. Gets it outside. First down. For the Rams. 20.9 to go.
I like what they're doing here. They're not trying to get it all at once. They're dunking their way down the field, being able to get out of bounds to stop the clock. They've already covered half the field. They got 20 seconds left. They're doing a good job.
Got to look for the long one. Coach Hoyt want another timeout. He calls timeout. That'll be the final for the Falcons. He didn't like what he saw. He says, let's get our matchups right here. We don't want to get burnt over the top because this would be a good spot with first down to try and air one out. 19 seconds to go. What's been a great ball game. The Falcons trying to hold on and advance in the district.
Ref's going to reset the clock, add 2 more seconds on, put it at 21. With 47 yards to go for Mvaocou. The crowd gets loud here at Eneboe Field in Hawarden, Iowa.
The homecoming crowd coming to their feet. 21 seconds to go as they put 2 back on. Snaps low, he picks it up. Schmidt throws it, falling down after the catch, and a flag comes in.
They're going to try and get Van Engelhoven with a late hit on the quarterback.
It's in the backfield. He's talking to the Rams coach. What do you want? .7 on the clock. The ball's at the 49. Officials are discussing what's going on.
Crowd's getting into it for the referee call.
Personal foul against the Falcons. That'll give them 15. The outside judge comes in to discuss what the Rams coach want. .15 from the spot of the foul. They call that on the reception and the tackle after.
Call it on the tackle. It would be
So
at that spot. So where the quarterback had dropped back and got hit, that's where they're going to go from.
They call it on the quarterback or they call it on the tackle after the play?
They called it on the tackle. It was a roughing the passer call on Van Engelhoven, so he hit number 8, Schmidt, too late after the pass.
So looking to throw it. Throwing it early in a crunch and incomplete as Luther Cameron got tangled up with his own receiver as they're both in the same spot, which was number 14, Mason Kuhlman. And both Falcons were all over that as well. Timeout by the Rams with 9.8 to go. The Falcons are going to get loud here. Here in the homecoming events. There's a lot of people here tonight. I tell you what, standing room only at West Sioux. Outstanding crowd coming out to support the Falcons. Is injury riddled, but never give up mentality here at West Sioux.
This is really where you want to tell your team, do not get beat deep. You are well within striking distance if you're the Rams. So for West Sioux, it's playing that shell coverage, making sure everybody stays in front of you. Like you said, Rob, don't let them out of bounds.
9.8 to go. Schmidt with a snap. It's low. Flag comes flying in. Looks like it's going to be a false start. Backing them up 5. A little bit loud in here. Might have created a little bit of jump early.
What is the Falcon fan flag there? Eneboe Field 1, Mvaocou 0 so far.
So, playing deep. Chopper Copeman's. Cots. In the center of the field is Copeman's. On the left hash are the Rams.
Stay back, 6 seconds left.
They got 3 wide right. 1 on the left. .2 on the clock.
Refs looking at the clock. They're looking to reset it.
Trying to instruct what to put on there, and I don't think anybody can hear anybody. It's gotten really loud. 9.8. 9.8 on the clock as they reset it. It'll start on the whistle. And there's the whistle. Low snap, rolling right. Receivers right, across the middle, nobody there. It'll be incomplete. 4.4 to go. 4th down. 4th down and 14. Game on the line. No timeouts remaining for either team. Schmidt comes back. Left side of the field, same set for the Rams. Try to pick up the first down or go to the end zone. Schmidt straight back. Lets it fly over the top. Setting up. Picks it off. That'll be the ball game as Kotz looks at the score clock, slides down, and that's the ball game. The Falcons win on homecoming, 20-14. Check it out on the replay here as Schmidt airs it up, trying to get to the end zone, but cutting it off nicely was Kotz. Looks back at the clock to see how much was left on the clock. What a heady play by number 11. We'll take a quick break here, and we'll be back with the Baumgars wrap-up show right after this.
Oops. Houston.
Take the ride to Waddy's Bar and Grill. Enjoy delicious burgers, steak tips, wings, and the best pizza around. Get a Chiefs Bloody Mary and make sure to grab a half gallon to take home. Take the ride to Waddy's Bar and Grill in Hudson, South Dakota.
Central Bank, proud to be a long-standing Iowa tradition. Founded in 1887 in Storm Lake, we've grown over the years from that one location to a bank serving northwest and central Iowa, employing more than 200 people in the region. Being here and being from here, it makes central bankers unique in the banking world. Decisions are made here. Investments of our time and resources are made here. For us, banking is still about people. Our reverence for community and hard work speaks to a proud Iowa heritage. Our passion for small business to bold new directions forward for our bank and the Iowans we serve. Thank you for your support of Central Bank. Let's keep it going. Let's plan together. Let's execute for Iowa's small business, agricultural, and individual banking customers. Central Bank is ready to make it happen. Member FDIC.
Check out these replays that Steve will play for us here in our Baumgars wrap-up show. Of course, Baumgars sponsors all of our post games here at Metro Sports TV. Great and outstanding sponsor. Baumgars. Visit a Baumgars store near you as they are in several locations from the Rockies to the Midwest. An outstanding ball game as you hear the victory bell here at West Sioux. The tradition continues as the seniors come up and ring the victory bell. And what a game we had here tonight. All the scoring in the first half. You're seeing it all right here as Steve's showing you those replays. And there goes that long play. 75-yarder into the end zone for the Rams. But the Falcons are able to hold them off, even with a couple blunders late in the game, Steve. And they're able to do it on defense when they needed to.
Yeah, absolutely. This, like you said, there's no scoring in the second half. West Sioux's defense was the MVP of this entire second half. This was a game of mistakes. West Sioux had a lot of penalties, quite a few muffed snaps, some serious, mistakes that you don't see the Falcons make a whole lot. MVAO-COU had plenty of mistakes of their own, and in the end, as was stated, the winner was the team that ended up making the fewer mistakes here in the second half, and that's what West Sioux did. They were able to execute on special teams. Other than a couple of missed kicks, some great punts, they were able to drive the ball and maintain possession of the ball through a vast majority of the second half. That helps, and they really wore out the front line of the Rams of MVAO-COU, and that, in the end, was the deciding factor.
Well, Lopez starts out the scoring. I tell you, he did an excellent job tonight, running really hard. Garrettson did some real nice work getting his legs underneath him for his second start of the season, and all good things to come for those guys. The Rams of Maple Valley-Anthon Charter Oak-Ute came to town with a real good game plan. Real nice team they have there. They should have a successful season. I think they're going to have some grind-out wins coming up here yet this year, and we'll be back here, or you will, Steve. I'm not sure I'll make it, but next Friday, as OAC-BIG comes to town for the Falcons. Should be a real knockdown drag-out as well, as they have Jax DeJean, which is, I believe he's like the 50th player in the state. So look out for him. But it takes more than one to do it on a football field.
Yeah, that you got to suppose that last name's pretty familiar for a lot of people in this state. And, of course, Cooper DeJean playing for the Philadelphia Eagles now, sibling him. And you got to imagine the genetics aren't too different there, and clearly one of the top players in the state. So West Sioux's going to have their hands full trying to corral him.
Well, that'll do it for us here at West Sioux. Thanks for joining us on Homecoming at Eneboe Field. Hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Check out our website, metrosports.tv, and our Facebook page, as well as Twitter, Instagram feeds for upcoming games and schedules, interviews, highlights, and so much more. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Big thanks to tonight's producer, engineer, and color man, once again, West Sioux alum, Steve Marino, and our camera crew, Caleb Jungers and Lena Paradiso. Hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Stay safe and healthy, and see you at the next one.